Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited, as we are here with the PWUnlimited Wednesday show, episode 77. I'm trying not to burp into the microphone. Nick, take it while I burp for a second.
Fuck yeah. What's going on, folks? Welcome to episode 77 of the Wednesday show. Very happy to have you all here. It is, what is it, May or is it March?
It's May 22nd.
May 22nd, 2000.
You knew the month started with an M. I'm proud of you for that one.
It's one of the M. Dude, my teachers would be proud. Let me tell you something. 2 nights ago, on Monday night, I had a shift at work. My shift was 8 p.m. to like 2 a.m.
Your store's open that late?
No, we were doing inventory.
Oh, that makes sense.
So we finish up inventory, and I leave my store. And what do you think I do the second I step off of mall premises?
Take a hit?
I'm fucking loaded, dude. I'm walking to my car, and there's a video of me, and I can send it to you later. It's just me in a McDonald's drive-thru screaming, it's 2:30 in the morning, and I'm getting 2 breakfast burritos and McChickens, baby, stoned off my fucking ass.
Uh-oh.
And it was the greatest moment I think I had ever spent in my entire life.
You're going to have some fun with X-Pac and Ron Funches this weekend.
Dude, X-Pac, Ron Funches, look, I'm going to be your best friend during this show. You know how in movies about like the kid trying to like really make it big and he's like an intern, he's like a coffee getter? I'll be the weed getter. I'll be like, did you need some weed, sir? And I like run up to X-Pac.
Mr. Waltman, I've got you.
Mr. Waltman, I have some blue dream for you here.
You know what my buddies did last time we went to Vegas, which was my first time in Vegas back in March?
Committed 15 years of tax fraud. Oh, don't worry, Henry McKenna. I'm going to, and I'm excited to give you my thoughts on it.
Their whole thing was they had to find the pot distillery or whatever you call it to get some damn weed gummies for me to try. Not for them. They wanted me to take it and tell them how it was.
Oh, did you?
I took one. They were just freaking gummy bears, but they were marijuana gummy bears.
Did you get anything from it?
I don't remember. It was like super late already. Like they didn't even find the place. Literally, we wwere in Vegas at the racetrack because we went for the NASCAR race weekend, and we're leaving the racetrack, and they're just like, "Hey, are you local, or do you know places around here?" And they're like asking everybody, and finally they were like, "Yeah, we want to find a place where we can get some weed gummies." And so one guy finally told them a place, and they went to a place, and that wasn't it. So then they found somebody else that was in that parking lot, and he was like, "Oh no, it's around this corner down this way." So they find it. Takes them like 20 minutes because apparently the guy inside was like, "Do you want to try this, or do you want to try this, or this kind, or this kind?" They're like, "Just give us the small dosage one. We don't want to fuck this guy up."
Yeah.
I think it like upset my stomach a little and made me tired.
Yeah, it was probably just like a mind high. But before we get fucking immediately demonetized off of YouTube, I want to talk about something that Henry McKenna brought up. And he says, Nick, give us your thoughts on the 24/7 title. Well, let me tell you something. Vince McMahon, you've wooed me. You have single-handedly drawn me back into actually watching Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live again. This is the greatest goddamn thing to happen to the WWE since, like, Hulk Hogan.
What?
Dude. This title is so fucking stupid. It's the ugliest title I think I've ever seen in my life.
It looks like they had it made in like 24 hours.
Yeah, it literally looks like it's like someone gave him, like, it was like a kid's birthday party and he had like gold paper plates and he drew that in like Sharpie on it, and Vince McMahon was like, he's a fucking genius. But like, it's an ugly belt. It was presented by just like Mick Foley for just God knows why.
Mick Foley went online and was like, yeah, my delivery of that whatever it was on Raw was horrible. It didn't make no sense to me, and I said it.
Honestly, you have your first champion be none other than Titus O'Neil, who I believe hasn't won a title since I was still a preteen.
No, you know what gets me about Titus is they were all running down to the ring when basically Mick Foley said, ready, set, go.
Yes.
And so Titus is one of the last ones to come down. He's running. Everybody else is fighting, and then he just stops, looks over and goes, I need to punch somebody, and then punches somebody when there was a freaking wide open lane for him to just jump in the ring at the start. Idiot.
You have him win. Bob Roode wins. And then the only acceptable winner for this title R-Truth. The concept of this title is fantastic.
You mean the European Championship?
Yeah, the 24/7 European Championship, my favorite title that WWE's ever produced. It's a great idea. Because then you can get a little bit of character building too. Because now you can do a lot more like the social media stuff, where you can and just let have Spud. You have Spud, or what's his name now? Drake Maverick. You have him looking for the title.
His shit online is funny, especially when he's asked, when he goes to a random person and goes, I'm looking for R-Truth. Have you seen him? WWE superstar. And they're like, who? He goes, Ron Killings. And they're like, who? I don't know who that is. I don't know who you are either.
It's so fucking funny, dude. It's legitimately like some of the funniest stuff I've seen.
One of my favorite things he did in the video he posted before SmackDown was he's handing out wanted posters, right? And he's throwing them at the crowd outside the arena. He's giving them to all the people working inside setting up the arena. He's like, hey, if you've seen this guy, at me. If you've seen this guy, send me a message on Twitter. Tell me where he is. And then he starts laying down all the wanted posters on the seats. Like he's going to put one in every seat. And he stops. He looks around the arena and is like, just looks, and he's got that look like, oh, there's too many seats for this.
I hope that they left it.
I hope so.
I hope someone just has that. That's so cool.
Everything he was putting them on cars.
The concept is fantastic. The execution, of course, it's just silly. It's a WWE nature to be really, really, silly. Because it doesn't need to be like a hardcore title. You can make this. Jesus, what the fuck is this guy doing outside? Learn to drive. Jesus Christ! Don't. If that's one of our viewers just being a bad driver, stop it. You got the concept of this title is fantastic. You don't need it to be a hardcore title. You could just make it the silly title,
right?
Because if you acknowledge that it's just fucking silly, and it's again something to keep audiences invested. People are gonna care because they're gonna be like, cool.
The only thing that gets me though is when you make a point to state that your bigger stars think that all these guys fighting for it are geeks. When Robert Roode bumps into Baron Corbin and Bobby Lashley, and they look at him running like, what the fuck is that guy running for? Goob. Or when they all run past Sammy, and Sammy looks at them like, what is this? Follow the leader? That's the only bad thing about it. Well, the main bad thing.
It's fine to me because it's not like WWE has ever been afraid to acknowledge that there are clearly jobbers on the roster. They know that we know, so why not make it make it a title for the guys that don't get the opportunity?
But if they want the fans to actually, think this is anything more than just a time filler thing, they need to give it to somebody. And like I said on Monday, it shouldn't have been Robert Roode attacking. I mean, I get why it was Robert Roode to put the title on R-Truth, which is perfect, but it should have been like a Lars Sullivan attacking Titus from behind and taking the belt.
See, again, and that's a great title for like Lars Sullivan.
Exactly. You want to bring somebody up from NXT and give them a push right away, you throw them with that 24/7 title, because it's not like, oh, we don't want to give this guy the IC title. We don't want to give this guy the WWE title, but we want to give him a championship to say, hey, we want to push this guy. Let's give him a title and see if the fans get behind him as a champion. You can't do that, though, if your actual guys that have been legit champions, or almost champions in Sami Zayn's case, thinking that this title's just a joke, or making it look like that's what they think.
Well, and I see where you're coming from on that. And the first thing that I think of is like, I love the concept of like, there's this feud between these two top guys, and like, maybe they lose a match, right? They get pissed off, they go backstage, they're fighting, they're throwing shit, and he just happens to like accidentally knock out the 24/7 champion, and now he just has the 24/7 title. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's there's some ways that you can make it kind of fun and make everyone feel involved. And
I think a fun thing to do, which could just be for a night, John Cena shows up one night pins the champion. He's the 24/7 champion. And then as he's, celebrating like John Cena would celebrate, someone attacks him from behind and takes it. And it's just like, oh, well, Cena was the champ for 10 minutes. That'd be something funny because Cena would go full in comedy with it.
Because what I would love is something along the lines of the DDT Pro Iron Heavy Man Weight, whatever they call it, championship.
Oh, yeah. The one that Joey Ryan was pushing a couple years back.
Didn't at one point like a fucking ladder won it, like a blow up doll?
Something
it's like they went real funny with it. So I'm waiting for like Carmella to turn on R-Truth.
Well, I mean, when Mick Foley did in his thing, he was like, even a returning legend can win this title. Trish Stratus retweeted that and did like a kind of gif.
I love the way you described that. Yeah, I see this being something positive and something funny and refreshing that can help character building. It can help story building. The only bad thing about it is just it was presented and everything, like the seeds were planted in a stupid way. But now once you get like R-Truth and Spud fucking around and it's really funny. I really like what Sergio says here in chat where he just says Nikki Cross as 24/7 champion would be super funny. Like that'd be cool if she just like, because it's like that's believable.
Unfortunately, she's freaking Alexa Bliss's lackey now.
I don't even know.
Who knows? Well, Alexa can't even wrestle, but that's another story. Uh-oh. My was going to go off because I said Alexa.
Ha-ha!
Maybe.
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, neither am I. Neither am I, Alexa. Bring back Dean Malenko, says Joseph White.
Dean Malenko just recently left the company.
I was going to say. Tim, I got a question for you.
I might have an answer.
What in God's fucking name is the winner of this goddamn battle royal gonna get? What do you think they get? This 50-man largest in WWE.
Can you even fit 50 people in the ring?
Can
they even fit 50 people in the ring? I've seen like 25 people in a WWE ring once, and it was like they could barely move.
I'm sure they could.
Like someone's gonna go throw like Titus O'Neil's gonna go to throw a punch at freaking anybody, and he's gonna go pull back to throw it, but he's not gonna have room. He's gonna elbow somebody in the face, pull a damn Nia Jax.
Hey, so I got a question. How would the 24/7 title fit into like battle royals and shit?
You know what I hope?
What?
Is we're getting this 50-man battle royal, then all of a sudden you hear ding ding ding, your new 24/7 champion.
Yeah.
Because in the middle of the battle royal, someone pins the 24 champion.
Yeah, like that would be super funny. That would be so funny. I'm really excited to see like where everything goes with that.
But as far as this 50-man battle royal, I have no hopes for it being anything significant because, I mean, look, we had the greatest Royal Rumble last year. Braun Strowman won a championship belt and a trophy, and those were gone off of TV in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, they were off TV real quick, huh?
Yeah. Like, they even had his graphic on WWE.com was, it said, like, Saudi Arabia champion or greatest Rumble champion or whatever, and the belt was over his shoulder in the graphic. That was off within like 2 days.
The title looked cool.
Yeah.
That like Saudi one, like the lime green one.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it looked cool. It was different.
It was all right.
I'm all for and this is something that I've said before with WWE. I'm all for anything different. If it's new and it's refreshing, fuck it, give it to me. I'll give it a shot. I'm not gonna be. Because I think everyone's initial reaction when they announced that it was like a 24/7 title, and it wasn't what they wanted, everyone was immediately like, "Oh, that's fucking stupid. That's fucking that's dumb."
Because they wanted the actual hardcore title. Because when Mick Foley said this new championship, you can win it anytime, 24/7 or something like that. Before he pulled the belt out, everyone was like 24/7 hardcore, and then slowly started chanting hardcore, and then he pulls this belt out, and they're like.
Hard, that's not very good. I don't like that, Mick Foley.
So it's like I don't know. I think if done right, there can be some really cool content coming out of this. I mean, they even said in a thing on their website, kind of clarifying what the belt is. The belt can change hands at Raw, SmackDown, a pay-per-view, a live event, on social media, which I've been saying all week. a random Thursday, we get a video update on WWE's Twitter. It's like Kathy Kelly. We've got breaking news. A brand new WWE 24/7 champion was just crowned 20 minutes ago. Let's show you the footage of exactly what happened. Just on a random Thursday.
I'm still waiting for the day that's like Performance Center coach wins 24/7 championship or some stinky stuff like that. You know, like it would be really funny if they implemented like the training, teaching them how to like, I don't know, how to stay down for a pin, or like, oh, if they teach referees how to count properly and they fuck up the count and the trainer accidentally wins.
Like,
oh, there's so many good ideas.
There's some cool things they can do here. They just got to make us think.
They just got to do it.
And they just got to make us think that this title actually means something. Which, I mean, did the hardcore title ever really 100% mean something? I mean, it did when like RVD, Raven, and The Undertaker held it. But other than that, when it's like at WrestleMania 18, how many times did that title change hands?
Not enough.
Not enough?
I want this title to change hands more time than the world title in WCW in 2000, which was 20.
I'm surprised Truth held it through SmackDown.
Times. I am too. I hope he holds it for a little bit though. Guy in catering spikes Truth Foods with sleeping pills, becomes 24/7 champion.
Where was
he fucking Cardi beat him.
Oh Lord.
Oh, that's good. Who is the longest reigning hardcore champion? I don't know. Let me look it up.
Is any single reign?
Yeah.
I mean, sure. I don't think anybody held it for more than like 3 or 4 months at a time.
Raven has the most reigns with 27. Big Boss. Oh, these are all. Oh, Steve Blackman ranks first in combined reigns by length at 172 days in 6 reigns.
So at WrestleMania 18, Maven retained the title against Goldust. Then he lost it to Spike, who lost it to Hurricane, who lost it to Mighty Molly, who lost it to Christian, who then lost it back to Maven. Title changed hands 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6 times. But Maven, who walked in the champion, still walked out the champion. Kudos to Maven.
Remember Maven, man?
The school teacher, Maven?
God dang.
With them shaved head and big eyebrows. That's what I remember.
What does that say? Randy Orton shakes hands with R-Truth to get the belt.
Oh, Lord.
You big leaguing me, bro? God, can you believe Randy Orton touched his dick? I feel like we're going to bring this up every fucking show now.
Let me see. Who'd you say was the longest reigning champion?
I think it said in like total lengths, it was Steve Blackman. Steve fucking Blackman.
Combined. He had it 6 times.
Woken King Slender, do you really miss Maven? Do you really miss Maven?
Who remembers Maven? Hell, Nydia did more than Maven.
Yeah.
Freaking, I loved Nydia and Jamie Noble.
Pull a Crash Holly and have R-Truth defend at a game arcade? Jesus Christ.
Mick Foley did state this title could, he said on Monday, heck, this title could change hands at Chuck E. Cheese.
I would love that. Have you ever been to it? Well, you have kids. I'm sure you have, huh?
Did you just ask if I've ever been to a Chuck E. Cheese?
Yes, I did just ask that.
Well, I've been to Chuck E. Cheese even before I had kids. When I was a kid.
I never went as a kid.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, here we got Chuck E. Cheese, but we also got John's Incredible Pizza, which is Chuck E. Cheese on steroids.
I love the idea of like everyone in chat right now has some of the most creative fucking ideas for how Truth can lose this belt. Have Truth fight a life-size cardboard cutout, oh my god, of Crash Holly. Truth walks up, sees and goes, oh, you know what? Let's go. Truth fights the cutout. I'm assuming he loses. My god. All right, we have some other stuff to talk about as well. It's not just a 24/7 title. I wish we could talk about it 24/7 because it's fantastic. I hope Sean implements a 24/7 rule on his.
The Fightful title?
The Fightful title. I'll fight him in Vegas. Hey, Sean, right now...
Well, Sean's not the champion.
Listen, who is the champion right
Melissa.
Now? Oh, I'll fight Melissa, too. Listen.
She ain't going to be in Vegas, though.
Everyone right now, go tweet to @SeanRossSapp that I want to fight him in Las Vegas.
He said he's already got some ideas for that belt.
You know what? I want to face him in a game of one-on-one basketball.
He was asking who wants to start a basketball game with media members, and I was the only one I think to even say sure.
I'll smoke you guys. I'm like Kevin Durant out there.
Okay.
I'm like Kevin Durant. I have a very bad knee, and I'm not going to be playing in the finals.
Going to the Clippers?
Yeah, I'm gonna be going to the Clippers soon. Oh, goodness gracious. What else we got to talk about today, Tim? Because we've got some more besides just that 24/7 title. We're kind of going into the... I didn't ask you beforehand. So
a couple news things I wanted to bring up. Unfortunate news for Ruby Riott. Did you hear what happened to Ruby?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't hear, but I saw.
Yeah, so if you haven't heard yet, I didn't get a chance to report it before we went live. WWE posted today that yesterday Ruby Riott underwent shoulder surgery on her right shoulder. Don't know how long she's going to be out of action for that one, but she's going to get the exact same surgery on her left shoulder, I guess, once the right shoulder heals. They couldn't do them both at the same time. That's very unfortunate.
I'm sure it would just be super fucking uncomfortable. Can we get some Fs in chat for her shoulder? That sucks, man.
Ugh.
And that sucks because when was the last time like a good... Well, Liv was part of the Riot Squad, wasn't she?
Yeah, but now she's on SmackDown.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have we seen... I mean, what's going on with Sarah?
Who knows? Last I saw, she was on the watch along for Money in the Bank.
Yeah, and what sucks is that, like, she's great.
Oh, yeah, she's a good wrestler. She's strong. She can, do some of the bigger power spots with women in the ring. But it's just like...
I like it. Dude, thank God everyone's throwing their fucking Fs in chat. Thank God. Her shoulder will be okay because we have these guys on.
So someone sent in a text that says, this is Maven now. I don't think that's Maven.
I hope it's not Maven.
Did you see the picture?
Anyway. Yeah, I did.
That does not look like what Maven would look like now. Unless Maven's like some 50-year-old guy now. I don't think he's that old.
Thanos snaps fingers, says, where the fuck is Buddy Murphy at? That's a great question, man.
Buddy Murphy is on Zelina Vega's Instagram stories.
Let me tell you something about Buddy Murphy. I think Buddy Murphy is fantastic. And I think SmackDown, they're like lightweight fucking stacked. They've got some great talent. Like, they've got Finn, Andrade, Ali, Murphy. That right there is just like, oh, good God, that's just exciting and fun. You've got Orton, who's reliable. You've got the New Day, KO. Is Sammy? No, he's on Raw, but he's just doing the...
Wild card rule. He's on both shows, buddy.
Wild card rule. And then, of course, you've got the wild card rule, which really puts anyone on any show. So, SmackDown's got it good, man.
Did you hear what my new nickname for Roman Reigns should be?
What?
Instead of the big dog, call him the wild dog, because he takes advantage of that wild card rule every week.
Oh, they're going to call him that.
Roman Reigns, the wild dog.
Mr. Jones's me says Otis, obviously their top talent.
What?
Yep.
Okay.
The house that Otis of Heavy Machinery built, SmackDown Live.
Hey, he can use some of that heavy machinery to build the house.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I know.
I want to talk a little bit about Bray Wyatt because when are we going to start seeing?
Who knows? They didn't even give us a real Firefly Funhouse this week.
Oh, I thought what they gave us was fantastically creepy.
Oh, it was creepy. Did I tell you that my son saw the Bray Wyatt in the mask one time and was like, oh, no thank you. I cannot look at that again. It's freaked the fuck out of him.
Because
I was like, hey, I showed him on my phone. I was like, hey, you want to see Bray Wyatt? Bray Wyatt's going to come back and wrestle. He goes, I like Bray Wyatt. I turned my phone and he was just like, oh, no, I don't want to see that. And then, that was on a Tuesday morning. And so we're watching SmackDown, and they start showing Bray Wyatt, and he turns his head and goes, I know what this is. I can't look.
I know what it is. He's growing old. I know what this is going to do to me, Dad.
He's like, no, thank you.
The guy that made his mask actually helped make some of Slipknot's mask for any metal fans in here.
Yeah, the people that made the mask did the whole set for that Firefly Funhouse stuff.
How long until we see him in ring? How long until he can keep up these until we start seeing him involved in something?
Who knows? I mean, we've already not gotten because this week's we didn't get a quote unquote Firefly Funhouse.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, they've almost already killed that.
Well, I think what they gave us was like it was like that's the transition into what Firefly House, what goddamn Firefly Funhouse is going to be.
We'll see. Wayne Montgomery in the chat says, Tim, how old is your son? My son will be 8 in a month and a half. Less than a month and a half, actually.
God, how's your son older than me? That's fucking insane, dude.
What?
Yeah. Your son's older than me.
Okay. Root Hood, yes, Tom Savian. That's the name.
Who's Tom Savian?
The guy that made the mask.
I don't pay attention.
But
Braun's dropping feuds of hinting with Wyatt.
There's nothing to that. I saw that.
No, what was it, if you don't mind me asking? Because I don't know what it is.
Hold on, let me pull it back up. Like,
I was working today. I'm gonna.
People also think that he's dating Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, didn't he leave a comment that was like, need a little sugar for that coffee?
When she posted a picture of her taking her coffee cup to the ring on Monday, and he goes, need a little sugar in that cup, mama? And then Mike Rome posted a picture of the three of them at like a Denny's or something, and Alexa's smiling. He's drinking out of a cup with his arm like kind of around her, but more like his arm like up against this wall around her. Mm-hmm. And everyone's like, oh my God, they're together. They're a couple.
God, I love the internet. This place is fantastic. They can blow shit out of proportion more than anyone I know.
Where was it? He just posted a photo of a sick braid in his hair, though.
I have no idea what your username is, but your question was, who do you think will win the 50-man battle royal? We'll get to that in a minute because I do want to talk about the Saudi Arabia show coming up. Or I'm sorry, the big international show coming up.
Oh, they've said Jeddah, but they won't say Jeddah, Saudi Arabia.
Oh.
I don't see the Bray Wyatt tease thing anymore. I thought it was on his Instagram.
He probably took it down.
I don't know. I don't see it anymore. This man has a fucking Corvette. Can he fit in a fucking Corvette?
Hey, just kind of rip off the doors and the ceilings.
Anyways,
dude,
I don't know. People
sometimes I read the comments that are held for review on the live streams. And sometimes they're just like, were you just gonna fucking say that, dude? Give me 2 seconds. My house is calling me. I'm gonna mute myself here.
All right. So, like I was saying, I couldn't find the Bray Wyatt thing exactly. If someone has a link to it or something, let me know exactly where it was at. I thought it was on his Instagram that I'd seen, but it's not there anymore. But it's like people blow stuff out of proportion on social media. They see something, like I said, like the Mike Rome photo of Alexa and Braun sitting at the same side of a table, and his arm just happens to be kind of behind her, and they're like, oh, they're a couple. No, you don't know that. I know.
That's so stinky.
I know her and Buddy Murphy aren't together anymore. I believe I heard him and his girlfriend aren't together anymore.
Who knows, man? Who fucking knows?
What did she used to call him on social media? Her meat something?
God.
She called him like her meat something. I don't remember now, but it was
I wish someone would call me their meat something.
It was like, Jesus Christ, you say that online?
Yeah, it was just like super aggressive.
It was.
She was like, yeah, this is my big fucking goddamn dude. That's fucking like that. Jesus Christ. Bronze Corvette throwback to when Colin, Jost, and Michael gave him the car. That's funny.
Yeah, but he could have fit in that car. Corvette. Have you ever heard of? You seen the Happy Gilmore, right?
I have.
You know the guy that gets the nail shot in his head and then bends the golf club?
Yeah.
So he used to, I don't know if he's still, I don't think he still is, but he lived where I grew up. He had a normal car, but they had to modify it to where the front seat was actually halfway back to in where the back seat should be, because he was that big. Mm. Like his front seat had to be pulled back farther than the seat can be pulled back, just so he could fit in that car. And Braun, I don't think, is much smaller than him. Like, that guy was huge. Wasn't he Richard Keel?
I have no idea. Yeah. Also, it's by the way, it's Meat Castle.
That's it, Meat Castle. Yes.
It's the meatiest castle.
She would call him her Meat Castle, and I would just be like,
my nickname in high school.
Yeah, okay.
Shut up. You don't know that. You didn't know me in high school. Let's talk a little bit more about what we got.
So let me pull something up here really fast. I wanted to read.
I can pull it up.
We're going to quickly touch on the Ashley Massaro stuff.
Yikes.
So
It's big sad.
if you haven't heard, which I don't know why you wouldn't have, former WWE superstar, was she the first ever Diva Search winner? Ashley Massaro did pass away last week. We didn't know exactly what the cause of death was at first, but we have learned that it was suicide, and it was most likely due to a hanging. Wait, I might be getting some... Oh, never mind. Due to a hanging, and apparently she... So, back in 2016, word came out that she was filing suit against WWE, not only for she was trying to get in on this concussion lawsuit, but she was also filing that, stating that she was sexually assaulted in 2007 by a military member. I think it might have been even a military doctor, while they were on a military tour in Kuwait. She stated that, you know, she talked to WWE officials about it, and they told her, do not mention this to anybody. Well, apparently back in, well, I guess the lawsuit on that got dismissed, and back in, I guess, December, WWE, well, now they're stating this, but apparently she emailed WWE trying to apologize for all of that. And so WWE, I guess, sent a statement to some reporters and this and that about that. You know, she had reached out. I think it was Bull James, former Bull Dempsey in NXT, stated that she had been training at his gym or whatever to start wrestling again. And everyone thought that, you know, she maybe get back into wrestling. And then she passes away. And now her lawyer, Konstantin Kryos, is now trying to bring all this old stuff back up. I guess he wants to sue the WWE over it and blame them for her passing, stating that WWE made her hide this and wouldn't allow her to tell people about it because it would hurt WWE more than it would hurt her and stuff. And so he put out this, let me see if I can find the actual statement from WWE, because he put out a deal, like the affidavit about it, with, you know, her statement of WWE telling her to not talk about it, to not mention it to anybody, and this and that. And WWE did release a statement. I think I have the statement right here. WWE, yeah. So basically, before I read the statement, WWE said that they had no knowledge of this when supposedly it happened in 2007. So WWE said that they're saddened by the death of Ashley Massaro. They said, however, we regret that her attorney, Konstantin Kryo, who filed multiple cases against WWE, lost all of them, and was sanctioned multiple times by the court for repeated misconduct and false allegations, is using Ashley's death to further his malicious campaign against WWE by releasing an affidavit that she submitted to the court and later apologized to us for. So we wish to make certain everything is crystal clear. Things are crystal clear. At no time was Vince McMahon or management of WWE ever informed by Ashley Massaro or anybody else that she had been sexually assaulted, drugged, raped, or sodomized by a military doctor with a nurse standing guard while on a goodwill tour in 2007 to U.S. military base in Kuwait. They go on to state that, in fact, if she had told us about this claim, that we would have reported it immediately to the base commander. At no time was there ever a meeting with Vince McMahon, Kevin Dunn, John Laurinaitis, or other company executives in which she told them of such a claim and was instructed to keep it quiet. And so his claim is that she had a meeting with Vince McMahon, and Vince told her, don't say anything. It'll hurt the company more than what's happened to you.
That's not a good thing to say to your employee.
No, and
it's not an okay thing to say.
She even stated recently that this lawyer was taking advantage of her because apparently when he was doing the concussion case, he was trying to find anybody. Not even if they had a legit concussion that on record, but anybody that ever had a concussion reported by the media. Like, this person may have suffered a concussion. He wanted them in on his case to try and, you know, the more people that he can get to say that, oh yeah, I suffered a concussion while in WWE and they made me wrestle even though knowing. He wanted as many people as possible to try and, you know, win the case because he wanted to make money off of this. And now, to me, I can't confirm this, but to me it just looks like he's trying to make money off of her passing. So
it's
like,
a
what
lot.
does this guy think? What does this guy have against WWE?
Exactly.
And now it's making, it's bringing all this bad stuff up from her past and, making it look like, I don't even know, like she wanted to exact revenge on the it's just weird. The one good thing, though, there's nothing good about this, but her daughter, who is 18, starting college, a bunch of former WWE superstars, Lillian Garcia, Maria Kanellis, who is current WWE superstar, but Lita, Mickey James, who is current still, Candice Michelle, they've all come together and they made a video for her daughter stating that if you ever need anything, call any of us. We're there for you regardless of anything. And they've started a GoFundMe to raise money to try and help pay for most of her, if not all of her, schooling, because college ain't cheap.
Oh yeah, which is fantastic.
But like, if you watch this video, like Mickey James talking, Gail Kim talking, all of them have nothing but good things to say about Ashley, and not just now because she's passed away. It was just like, no, she was always one of the nicest people in the locker room. She was always the first person to try and make a new person feel welcome. It wasn't just like, hey, hi, how you doing? It was, hi, my name's Ashley. Let me hug you and welcome you. So she was apparently loved by all, and she showed that respect right back from the beginning. So it's unfortunate. Now this guy's trying to take advantage, trying to go up against the WWE yet again, and we'll see if anything comes of it.
I hope that, I hope that it ends okay. It sucks to see someone, take their life.
Right.
Sucks. But it was also fantastic to see, all those women getting together and that video made for her daughter who's starting up school, like that. Those kinds of things, like, not easy.
Some of them were like, if you need anything, you need someone just to talk to, you need advice, you need a place to stay for a night or a week, call me. Like, I think Brooke Adams said that, Mickey said that, Gail Kim said that, which is great.
Awesome. That's awesome.
So, moving on to a
lighter
subject. Let's talk Hey, what?
What's the difference between an elephant and a Zippo lighter?
An elephant and a Zippo lighter?
Yeah.
The difference?
One's heavy, one's a little lighter.
Oh, Lord.
I probably shouldn't say this one on stream.
Screw it. Go for it.
What's the difference between garbanzo beans and chickpeas?
I don't know.
I've never paid $3,000 to have garbanzo beans in my mouth.
Yikes.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. The funniest joke I think I've ever heard in my fucking life on like a Tuesday afternoon at 2:30 outside of a Red Lobster. Also, I want to give a very happy birthday before we continue on to Katie in chat. It's her birthday today.
Happy birthday.
So happy birthday, you Canadian square. Even though I don't give a fuck how long I've been gone. Canada still doesn't fucking exist. It's not real. I don't care what any of you say.
So, if anybody in our live chat here or watching later is going to be in Las Vegas this weekend, we're going to be in Las Vegas this weekend.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. We're going to be in Las Vegas tomorrow.
Tomorrow night, we will be in Las Vegas. Probably right around this time tomorrow. We should be less than an hour away, if not there already.
Does Vegas have a Chick-fil-A?
I don't know. They got an In-N-Out, though.
Oh, that's fine. What do you get from In-N-Out?
Me?
Yeah, what's your order?
A regular burger, no tomato.
Okay.
Animal style fries and a Dr. Pepper.
Nice. That's valid.
And I eat the fries right away because, fries get cold, they get bad. And then I probably eat the burger like an hour later because I don't eat a lot at once.
That's very true. It's also Daniel Bryan's birthday. Oh my God.
Today
what was
is?
the name? Yeah.
It's also my kid's mom's birthday.
Nice. What was the goddamn name of the person in chat that always told us whose birthday it was?
Jessica
Screech. She would always tell us whose birthday it was. Is she still there?
I haven't seen her in a while. But
Hawkeye J1 says check AEW's YouTube channel right now. Okay. I'll check it.
Something new?
I'll check it right now, Tim. You just go continue on what you were going to say.
Right, because the last thing they had posted was an interview with Tony Khan, I think. I don't know if they've posted anything new since.
It's like the latest thing is 4 hours ago with the Con Man. himself.
Yeah, because it's comedian. What was it? Comedian Jack.
Oh, it was an hour ago. With reveals the title or whatever.
Like, actually reveals the title, or if it's the clip from Road to Double or Nothing, he tries to reveal the title, jokingly can't get it out of the bag, and goes, "Never mind, you'll probably just see it this weekend." But the glimpse we see of it does not look like a new title. It looks like that all-in title that the Bucks and Cody were given last year at StarCast. The one that Cody's got on his mantle, or not his mantle, but on his like wall behind him in his office on all the Double or Nothing videos. But if that's because I don't think they would have not shown it in the Road to Double or Nothing and then posted it later. You know what I mean? It's probably just a clip from that for when they announced how they're going to crown their champion. But as we were saying, StarCast this weekend. We're going to be in town for StarCast. We'll be at StarCast Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We might be at the Frankie Kazarian Jam Session show, which is free to the public at the Tuscany tomorrow night.
If you guys are going to be there,
find us.
Yeah, find us. Say hi.
Yeah. Hit us up on Twitter. Be like, hey, I'm in Vegas. Where are you guys at? Hit us up.
Hit us up on Twitter like, hey, I'm at your local McDonald's. Did you want anything? And I'll be like, yeah, can you get me 2 McDoubles and 2 McChickens with cheese? I can pay you with cash when you get here, but I won't have my wallet. Dude, it's fantastic.
I've never tried it with cheese.
Dude, I got it once when I was high.
Interesting.
Who's older, Tim or Nick? I am. I'm 37. Tim's 30. So.
Sure. Anyways, so unfortunately, Ric Flair's not going to be able to make it to StarCast.
Oh, real quick. Noob & Co. Yes, we are.
Oh, trust me, we are.
Do you want me to do one from my perspective while I'm like waking up and going to the train and all that?
Of course.
Okay, I'll do that then. I was assuming, but I just wanted to double check.
Whenever you want to film, I'll try and throw in. Anyways, so Ric Flair had to undergo surgery this week. He was trying to have it last week so he would be recovered in time. Fortunately, there were some complications. The surgery got pushed till Monday, which was this past Monday, and doctors told him he can't travel to Las Vegas. So unfortunately, the roast of Ric Flair will not be taking place at StarCast. Also, he was supposed to do a panel with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat talking about their stuff from the late 80s. That's not going to happen. And now we're getting, which I kind of almost want to go to because I love this movie, a watch-along with Tony Schiavone, the Hurricane, and David Arquette of Ready to Rumble.
Ooh.
Yeah. Most people hate Ready to Rumble. I love that movie. I think it's funny as hell.
I don't think I've ever watched it in full.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. We may have to watch that movie during our drive.
I'm going to be a little caught up with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Oh, yeah, that game will take your attention away in a heartbeat.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm super excited for StarCast. There's a lot of stuff I'm looking forward to. Like, I'm looking forward to like the Get High Watch Wrestling. I'm looking forward to like the Joey Ryan documentary. I want to try to get the chance to go see.
And the cool thing they're doing is all the main StarCast stuff is at the Caesars Palace where you have to pay to get to. But there's a bunch of events also at the Tuscany Hotel that are free to the public. Everything at the Tuscany is free. You don't need a wristband or whatever to get into that, which is really cool that they're doing.
Yeah, and I like that. And I like that podcast that I super enjoy. Steve and Larson are going to be there. They're going to be doing their own live show. They're also joining Cultaholic on one of the stages. We got how the fuck we missed out. Next time we got to like, hey, what's up? Throw us in there.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe we'll talk to some people this weekend. We don't know. We'll figure stuff out.
That's very true. Watch us end up getting a spot for tomorrow anyway. Watch someone cancel and they're like, quick, do you guys want to do a show live?
Oh, Lord.
4 people show up.
So that should be fun. But, the main reason everything is going on this weekend is because of AEW's debut show, Double or Nothing. So right now, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... I think 8 matches on the main card and 2 matches on the pre-show. So what we learned today is that this show will set up. By the end of this show, we will know who will be fighting for the AEW World Championship. We don't know when that match is going to take place, but we're going to know who's going to be in that match. It's going to be the winner of Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho, which is the main event of Double or Nothing, taking on the winner of the Casino Battle Royale pre-show match. So, we'll see. Hopefully, they've got some big name surprises for this pre-show. I know everyone keeps saying, throw in CM Punk. It's logistically not. It can't happen. CM Punk is doing commentary on an MMA show the exact same time Double or Nothing is taking place. Like, the exact same time.
Yeah, I don't know about
and then
that.
they said John Moxley, Dean Ambrose, possible. He is filming a movie right now, but he can maybe get a day off. If they really want him that bad, Tony Khan can send him the private jet like he gave Jericho last year for All In.
Okay, so that's one thing I want to touch on is
what?
Do you see at all the possibility of Moxley being at AEW? Double or Nothing.
Oh, at Double or Nothing?
Yeah, whether in the Battle Royal. Just do you think he's going to somehow be involved this weekend?
I think there is a good chance it happens, but I'm not going to put money on it. Like if we were to go to Vegas and someone said, "Hey, place a bet on John Moxley showing up," I wouldn't put money on it, but I wouldn't say that it's not going to happen either. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's very possible, but I wouldn't say it's going to happen and then get people's hopes up.
Yeah. I don't know. Here's the thing. I won't be surprised if it does. Like, I'll be
right.
I can see that happening, but do you put him in that pre-show? What would you do with him in order to feel successful?
You put him in the Battle Royal and have him win the Battle Royal, and then he goes on to the first ever AEW World Championship match?
I guess, but then you're like, is that the guy you want to push immediately?
I mean, you don't have to push him immediately. I mean, he doesn't have to win the title. You can have him come in as a heel and face Omega, and Omega be the first champion.
I guess so. I guess he doesn't need to win.
And here's the other thing with AEW. We don't know their heel-face dynamic. Like, how are they going to do that when their whole company is real sport, wins and losses matter. They're not going to be, they are going to, they have to rely on storylines as pro wrestling, but how heavy are they going to be on, well, big matches have to be a heel versus a babyface. Like WWE is very strict on for the most part.
Right.
Red Hood 205 says Joey Ryan versus Hangman. Pretty sure Joey Ryan's going to be in another state wrestling that same night. Like, it's not even possible.
I am a big Joey Ryan advocate, though.
Oh, I would not be surprised once they do sign him.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the card goes, we do have that Battle Royal, which we don't even know everybody in it, so I'm not going to try and predict.
Sean Spear.
You think?
He has to come in number 10, right?
Well, he has to.
Or it's a Battle Royal, so he's already in the ring.
No, it's a
Rumble.
It's a Rumble type match. So here's how it works. So what they did is everyone draws a card. Whether you got diamonds, spades, hearts, or clubs, that's what group you're in. Whoever draws the Joker card gets to come in last by themselves. All the other groups of 5 will come in together. So whatever group starts, say the hearts are the first group up. So the 5 people will come into the ring. I think it's every 3 or every 5 minutes, the next group will come, whether that's clubs, diamond, whatever, until everybody's in, and then the final person, the 21st person, the Joker card person, comes in, and there you go.
So did they do the WWE thing where they spoiled who that's going to be?
The only person we know is Dillinger got the 10 card. Because they've done little bits on being the elite, like with Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, I think his name is.
Mm-hmm.
Where they're like, pick a card. This is your spot in the Battle Royal. Only show us. Like, it was with the Bucks. They're like, only show us. Don't show the camera. So it's funny when Sean Spears shows the camera in his video. I think it was Matt Jackson goes, dude, you're not supposed to show the camera. You're only supposed to show us. He tweeted that.
That's fucking funny.
Because they want it to be a surprise. So that's why we don't know who's going to get that Joker card. And I assume whoever that Joker is is going to be somebody that's not already announced for the match, because they want to make it probably the biggest surprise possible. And that match will be on the pre-show, which will be broadcast live on their YouTube channel, I think on Twitter and maybe Facebook. But it's going to be free on social media and YouTube and stuff. I don't know if it's going to be free on the Bleacher Report app, but the main show is on the Bleacher Report app here in the States.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm excited.
So the other match on the pre-show will be Sammy Guevara versus Kip Sabian, which should be a pretty good match.
Yeah. I think Sammy Guevara is an alright wrestler. I enjoy him.
So going forward, as we move on to the main card, we do have a 6-woman tag team match. It's actually the second women's match of the night. It is all women from Japan. It's Aja Kong, Yuka Sakazaki, and Emi Sakura taking on Hikaru Shida, Ryo Abe, and Ryo Mizunami. Now, before we
these are Joshi wrestlers, right?
Right. And now I want to say, before we go forward with our predictions, we don't know. Like with WWE, it's easy to predict because we know where storylines are going to be going or who they want to push and this and that. With AEW, we don't know any direction, so we're kind of predicting blind.
Yeah, a little bit.
So, this match, I would say Aja Kong's team wins just because she's the biggest name in the match.
Yeah, I was going to say that again.
So going forward, we do have the Best Friends, Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta, taking on Angelico and Jack Evans.
Best Friends.
Yeah, that's what I would say too.
Love the Best Friends. Think they're super great.
We then, going forward, have a 6-man tag team match. SoCal Uncensored, SCU, taking on Sema, T-Hawk, and El Lindaman from OWE. I can see them going with the OWE guys to put them over, because you don't have to put over SCU. SCU or SCU, they're already fucking stars. So if you want to hype up your, partnership with the OWE, just have them beat SCU. It's not going to hurt SCU.
Oh, it won't at all. SCU, they'll put over whoever.
Yeah, they could take a loss. It's not going to hurt anybody. Especially, did you see their training video this past week?
Yes.
I mean, that's what they are. So they're not afraid to. They're not those guys that are like, oh no, can't lose.
Exactly.
Which, in talking about that, we'll talk more about the Pac thing when we get to it.
Yeah.
Because some more info came out about that, which I told you off the air. We then have the other women's match of the night. It will be Britt Baker taking on Nyla Rose, and also it's a triple threat match. We also have Kylie Ray.
Nyla Rose.
You think they put over Nyla?
Yeah.
As like the big dominant female?
Yeah.
I've seen people try to compare, like, they're like, oh, well, Kylie Ray's just their Bayley. Nyla Rose is just their Nia Jax. Britt Baker is their Charlotte Flair. Like, why would people even think that they needed to do that? You know?
Yeah. I mean, again, any heel is just another heel.
Well, it's like, why do you have to try and say, well, they only got these women because they wanted them to be what WWE's got, so they had to get their version of the WWE people, you know? It's just people trying to
make something.
Make some of them nothing. So going forward, we have the three main matches of the night. We've got Cody versus Dustin Rhodes, which is a very interesting one, and the one I may actually be the most interested in right now, because I have no clue which way this match can go.
I've got Cody going over Dirty. I've got him going over Dirty.
So you think this is going to establish Cody as a heel?
Yes.
Because you got to think, with them keep saying Dustin's last ride, his last ride, that's got to be some sort of a, not foreshadowing of this is his only match, but it's kind of like, oh, we're telling you it's his last ride because Cody wants to put him out to pasture, but he'll wrestle more for, it's not his last match.
I don't think they would do that.
Right.
Because if they were to do that, then I feel like AEW would be shooting it. If they're like, we want to give it the real fight, authentic feel, and then pull a WWE and like lie,
But with Cody saying, because Cody's the one that brought up the first, it's going to be your last ride. I'm going to put you out. And the weird thing is, this isn't Cody versus his brother. Cody's building this as he finally wants to just end anything that had to do with the Attitude Era, which is weird to me that they even brought that up.
Yeah, that was also really weird.
Because, I mean, they're like, well, we're not trying to be WWE, yet Cody's whole thing is, I want to take out my brother because he's still the last guy still around active from the Attitude Era.
No, that would be, like wrestling-wise?
Yeah. I mean, who else is still active other than Triple H and The Undertaker?
Dreamer?
But was he in WWE? He wasn't in WWE during the quote-unquote Attitude Era. He was after, once they acquired ECW and WCW.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, if you think of someone that was around through the entire Attitude Era, I mean, who was it? Triple H, The Undertaker, and Goldust. Well, Dustin.
Still going? Jericho?
You can say that, but he was in WCW for the Attitude Era, technically.
No, I think he came right in the middle of the Attitude Era.
Well, he came in 99. Towards the end of
it. That's still Attitude Era.
Yeah, so Jericho counts too.
You got Jericho in there. God, I don't know.
I mean Undertaker, but he's like a once, twice a year guy. Doesn't count.
Brock?
No, Brock didn't come until 2002. Brock was Ruthless Aggression Era.
He wasn't he?
He was the same time when Cena and Orton started and Batista.
Shane
don't count. Why would somebody say Mick? Mick don't wrestle. Mick hasn't wrestled in years.
Jericho didn't debut till 01.
No, that is wrong. Jericho became Undisputed Champion in 01. Jericho came to WWE. If he was not trying to shit on you, but how can they do the Y2J year 2000 countdown if he debuted in 2001? Think about that one, buddy. Anyways. So it's a weird dynamic where Cody's like, we're not trying to just be WWE, but his whole thing is, I want to end anybody's what?
The Hardy Boys.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
The Hardy Boys.
But at the same time, I'm thinking back like
Bubba Ray.
Yeah.
Rhino. Well, he's not wrestling anymore. All right, you guys did good. Good job, Scott. Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler. Yeah, Cody's gonna fight them.
It's just weird that his whole thing is I want to take out Dustin because he's the last big semblance of the Attitude Era. No, R-Truth doesn't really count for the Attitude Era.
No.
He came at like the very end as K-Quick and didn't last in WWE that long at all before he went to TNA and became the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion. Anyways, remember that, folks. There's your fun fact of the day. R-Truth is a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Now he's running around with a 24/7 title saying, the only people that really care about me is my wife, my kids, and Lil Jimmy.
That's what I'm saying. How long until Jimmy wins that fucking belt?
Oh, my God, yes.
How long until Little Jimmy?
How long until R-Truth is at a SmackDown and he's walking around going, Lil Jimmy, watch my back. I'm going to look this way. You look that way so no one can get me from behind. And all of a sudden he just trips. And he goes, Jimmy, what are you doing? 1, 2, 3. Little Jimmy, you're the champion.
Why is he so Southern to you?
I don't know.
Why is R-Truth
a
Southern man who has a dog named Jimmy? And he's like, oh, what you doing there?
No, he has an invisible little boy named Jimmy.
Don't say that. Don't say R-Truth has an invisible little boy. I don't.
It's true.
Tim, I'm too high for that.
My bad, Big Kahuna. He's the European champion.
Yeah, he's the 24/7 European champion.
So going forward,
goddamn,
with the AAA Tag Team Championships on the line, the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Bros. I think the Young Bucks win because they've already announced that this match is going to happen again in AAA at their summer show, their big SummerSlam type show with titles on the line. So why not have the Young Bucks go over on their show, beat the Lucha Bros, then the Lucha Bros can just beat them in AAA a couple months later.
That'd be cool. I'd like that. Yeah, I got the Bucks in that.
Finally, what? Go for it.
So I just like the idea of R-Truth also like going to a school and like Nicholas pins him in class.
Why would he go to a school for?
I don't got it because he's taking little Jimmy to school.
Little Jimmy don't go to school. We've learned this.
Oh my god.
So
we need to talk about AEW.
we've got our main event, final match of the night. It is going on last. It's Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega. It is basically a AEW World Championship #1 contender match. I don't know where to go. I assume you go Omega.
Who took the first fall at New Japan?
Omega. He retained the championship.
And then who picked up the second?
This is the second.
I thought they fought one more time.
No. Jericho fought Omega. He then fought Naito. He then fought Evil. And then he fought Naito again and lost the title.
Yeah.
Jericho, I say Jericho loses here, and then he's going to lose at Dominion to Okada at the damn IWGP Heavyweight title on the line.
Nah, he's not going to keep losing.
He ain't winning the... You think he wins the New Japan belt?
Nah, he's going to win that AEW belt, man.
Do you think he beats Omega Sunday or Saturday?
Yeah, you'd think he beats Omega.
Well, we're opposite there. I'm going Kenny.
See, I like the idea of him beating Omega because, like, I feel like Jericho as your first champion is a little bit better than Kenny.
True, and I get your point because probably more people would expect Omega to win. So,
yeah.
Regardless, I think they're going to have a good match. I know the first match was a no DQ, false count anywhere, hardcore style match. I don't know if this match is. Haven't heard anything on any. We haven't heard of any stipulations like that on any matches. They're just basically straight up matches, except for the gimmicks in the battle royal. You know, the whole how you could do that, but we'll see. Now the big controversy of the week is with Pac and Hangman Page.
Yeah.
So initially, Dave Meltzer reported over the weekend that Pac is out because of creative differences. So the first thing that many people assumed was, all right, he didn't want to lose to Hangman. Well, Meltzer, he got more information on this, which I think he's known all along. He just tries to make it seem like he doesn't. He stated that it wasn't an issue of Pac not wanting to lose to Hangman because initially he was going to beat Hangman. It's what he won't do down the line. As long as he is the Dragon Gate champion, which is the world champion of Dragon Gate, he doesn't want to lose. He hasn't done it at all since winning that title. He's won every match he's had in the UK, except he won a 30-minute time limit draw with Will Ospreay and Zack Sabre Jr. And he did the whole DQ thing this past weekend with Adam Page. If you haven't seen the match, you can go to the AEW YouTube account now and watch the 15-minute match. Really, really good match until he kicks the ref in the balls, causing the DQ. And so the thing is, what Meltzer said was, it's not that he didn't want to lose to Hangman because he was apparently going to win that match at Double or Nothing. It's that he didn't want to lose going down the line, and they wanted him to lose to Kenny Omega.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, as long as I'm this champion, I'm not losing. My stance is, if I'm a world champion for somebody, I'm not losing. And that's a big issue that AEW is going to need to address as far as having guys that also work with other companies. And you can have, like, say someone works for an MLW, for instance. I don't know if they would do this, but it's just an example. And they're signed to MLW before working with All Elite Wrestling. And so they've got a match coming up, and, like, we want him to lose. And MLW goes, no, we're ready to push him in MLW. We don't want him losing on TV. So they're going to have to figure out getting guys exclusive to AEW, not letting them work other companies where that could happen again. You know what I mean? Like, this is a learning experience, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently the last thing I heard was that they're now got lawyers mediating, saying that, no, you've signed to do this match. We're doing it this way. You need to come do it. I have also heard that there may be some sort of a visa issue, and that's the real reason that Pac can't do the match.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a couple contradicting stories going all around right now. Either he just doesn't want to do it, they don't want to do it because it doesn't help going forward storylines. They want him to, there's a lot of things, and then the visa issue, which kind of may make sense because he was also scheduled for StarCast, and now he's not doing StarCast. Like, just because he's not working Double or Nothing, why can't he still appear at StarCast?
Yeah.
So I think the visa issue could be a thing. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. It's just something I heard today. But that's the thing going on with Pac. We don't know what's going to happen to Hangman, whether Hangman jumps into the Battle Royal, whether Hangman gets another opponent, or whether Hangman doesn't wrestle at all. I would assume, after all these hashtag full gear ready skits on being the Elite, they've got to have him wrestle at least in that Battle Royal.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
So we'll see how it all goes. But that is the card and our kind of, I guess you could say, as good as we can predict predictions for AEW's first event, Double or Nothing.
Hell yeah.
Again, Nick and I will be in town. We'll get there sometime tomorrow night, possibly this time tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys are going to be there, hit us up on social media. Let us know where you're at if you guys want to meet up and say, hey, how's it going? We can finally meet you face to face. Maybe you can appear in our vlog or one of the vlogs we post, which would be cool.
Neat.
So, I think we wrap this sucker up.
Yeah. With that, this has been episode 77 of the PWUnlimited podcast. I've been Nick. You can follow my beautiful ass on Twitter at ArmWeek21. You can follow us on Twitter at PWUnlimited. Facebook at facebook.com/Pro Wrestling ULTD. Of course, right here on YouTube. Check out our friends over at Fightful Online and Fightful.com. Tim, where can they find you?
You can find me everywhere at Timmy Buddy. Also, you say you can find you everywhere. Arm Week. Is that your gamer tag on the Switch as well?
No, it's like a long ass like friend code thingy.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. It's not like the
it-
Xbox and the PlayStation where you just say, here's my at.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Have a great rest of your night, folks, and remember, call your mom. She probably misses you.
Have a good night, guys.